So this is a green-red ramp deck, which Day 9 had poked at a bunch at the start of the previous standard format that ended up kind of falling off because while it seemed like it was decent into the creature decks, it was basically unplayable against the various Epiphany decks in the format. They just kind of went over the top of you, and green and red don't have any meaningful ways to interact with spells in the stack, so it just got pushed out of the format. That being said, with the decks in this format being more traditional control decks and there being more creature decks, maybe something like this could be reasonable. A-Druid Class, a card that Sean had previously been playing 4 of anyways, got a buff. Going to level 3 only costs 3 mana now, whereas it previously cost 5. We also have Hollowhenge Wrangler here at the top end of our curve as a direct-to-digital card that seems pretty reasonable as well. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this and see how this feels in our new alchemic format. Yes, so if you enable the extension on mobile, you get resources while watching on mobile, but you can only refine and send them on PC. I did not fully get the mobile extension set up. So you acquire, but you cannot craft and send. All right, we're good on circuit boards and batteries for Helios. I have a feeling while we hang out for the next couple of days, the barrier catalysts are gonna be the bottleneck. Oh, do they need titanium? Yeah, we theoretically need, what was it? I have 2 barrier catalysts at the moment, and we need 4 per thing, and I need 5 of these things. That's what, 20? So we need 18 barrier catalysts. Need 8 more pumps and 18 barrier catalysts. The Twitch Trip. I love that they named one of the materials Twitchtrium. It's an A+ name for a meme material. Keep this one. Bottom of the chariot for now, I think. And just kill their pack leader here. Keep my life total high. I think this is a land. Alright, well, I'm not dead yet. Alright, shit. Let's burn this house to the ground. No, I don't think that card's good. Yeah, it's so the problem, Marty, is that like it's a rampant growth that scales up that's like not good late. Is like the biggest issue with it, right? I think this is an exploration out matchup. I still have these as payoffs, and Druid's Class is a payoff. Bring in a bunch of cheap spot removal. Maybe trim a Verdant Mastery. Maybe this is too slow. We're gonna just be like more of a big girl deck. It also doesn't let you play the Seeked card. So I think even if that card works as printed, it's just not very good. The fact that it has to be a permanent exactly equal to the number of lands you control just means that a lot of the time it's gonna get you nothing. Because like your ramp deck's not gonna not play its stuff out, right? Kill their threat here in case we draw something else to cast next turn. Yeah, if it just like drew you a spell all the time, that would be great. Alas, it very much does not. My body is ready to get Rangers guiled. Okay, no inscription, no Ranger's Guile is great. Thanks for the follow, Killer B. Good morning, good morning. Well, I'm not blocking because this will attack as a 2/3, so I think we just smack them for 2. Huh. Well, we just get Crawling Barrens going, right? Just ram this into their Planeswalker here.
Next time you're dead.
Yes, Brittle Blast does stop Troll from going back. Oh, that one does 5, right? That's a good shout out. I've got those, I've got Heated Debates in the sideboard. That's probably better than Heated Debate. This is only a 5/5. Yeah, we're done here. Let's make that change. That's a good suggestion. Forgot that was a new one. This type of deck that we're playing is definitely in the market for a Soul Seer. I also think after watching ourselves get run down that game, I want more. Just spot removal in the main deck. Deals creatures and planeswalkers that control perpetually gain. If it would die, exile it, and then it deals 5 damage. That's pretty good. Honestly, part of me, so like, that first game makes me wonder if Burn Down the House is even worth playing. Because, like, you know, it was kind of like a mostly ideal situation, but the card was just so slow in terms of how much mana it cost. That, like, is this type, like, I feel like sweepers are kind of like at their all-time worst in Magic the Gathering at the moment. Like, so many of the creature decks just have creature lands or things that generate value that, like, I feel like it's more important to be able to kill things. I feel like it's more important just to be able to kill things when they come down rather than having this catch-up type mechanic. You just play a couple of Brittle Blasts in the main deck. Phylath. I'm not sure if Phylath is good or not. I feel like Phylath is probably worse than this 5-drop that I had, the Wrangler. I feel like I should leave Wrangler or 2 in just to see how it feels for a minute. A couple of burns in the sideboard, maybe. Wrangler deserves an inclusion on the art alone. It is. It's got like big Jabba the Hutt energy. I don't know that we really... I feel like if I felt like I wanted an answer to creature lands, I could sneak in a couple of, yeah, like, look at this hand, and imagine this is a Burn Down the House, right? The hand's probably not keepable. Like, here I have a play that could impact the board before the 4th turn. Okay. Yep. You get Valakut Exploration down now while they're tapped out. This seems like one of the big payoffs for this archetype. Oh, you know what? I shouldn't have done that right away. I should have played the land first to see what we hit, because I only need to play another land if we hit a land here. Never mind. Easy game. Skill game, chat. Oh, did we end up on the front page this morning? They said that might happen. All right, so yeah, it is Helios related. So if you're looking for Helios items, we need barrier catalysts and turbine pumps. Just gotta toggle that on via the extension. So I think we want to just like put a bunch of lands into play with Valakut Exploration, basically, right? And get a bunch of triggers on this so we can work up to hitting the final levels on the class. So let's start with this. Is that better than Wrenn and Sevening, though? Their deck's full of Fading Hopes. I think I just want a Verdant Mastery here. This gets us 4 lands. A bunch of which come into play. And we haven't made our second land drop yet from the Druid class. And then this deals damage to my opponent equal to the number that we didn't play, right? Yeah. I wonder if we can actually kill them with this before we deck. One thing that is super awkward, because their deck likely has Fading Hopes, that makes the third chapter on this a little bit less good. Yeah, the barrier catalyst seem to be the real bottleneck. This is the 5th and final mission for Helios, so I imagine that's the one that has the ones that are most difficult to get on them. So we have 2 land drops right now, technically. We can level up another Druid class here to get a 3rd land drop, so we'll see what we draw with these Valakut Explorations. Funk Agenda, thanks for 11 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Hey, thanks for the Prime Hydra Den. I appreciate the Bezo bucks. There's a lot of great people you can send those to every month here on Twitch. Thanks for sending them this way this month. That's a great one. There's also Seeks a Land when it comes into play. Another land drop. See what we get with the Druid classes. We're almost good on turbines. We need 3 more turbines. It's a Verdant Mastery. Yeah, I mean, let's do it. There's 31 cards left in our deck at this point. This is a level 3 Druid class that activated a creature land. I believe they're both assigning power, so the creature land would overrule it. Yeah, I started with Sean's list for this. I felt like one of the big reasons Sean's list didn't have staying power in the previous format was because it had a pretty bad Epiphany matchup, and obviously Epiphany decks aren't really a thing in Alchemy, which is nice. Tristochi, thanks for the follow. Good morning. Okay, so this is their second Discover the Formula, so a bunch of cards in their hand currently cost 2 less to cast, and they have a key to the archive here. The question for next turn is going to kind of be how many Fading Hopes do they have, because what we have 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'll be able to play 14, 15, 16 lands, and we can level both of these to 3 because they reduce that cost and get to attack with 2 big ends. I think I've played against Epiphany 1 time in this format, and it wasn't particularly good. There are still blue-red decks, but they moved away from the extra turn spell entirely. light up the night too. Okay, let's start by trying to kill their blockers. They do have 2 mana available, and trying to read what cards they could have access to here is kind of difficult because they have reduced the costs of things a whole bunch with Geist Chandler. Point our land out. And I think we Brittle Blast this and then just pump both of these to the final level, which should hopefully be lethal. I suppose they could have double Fading Hope off of... They could have double Fading Hope off of the Key to the Archive here, in theory. Each of these are lethal individually since they're at 15. Druid Class really getting to flex, letting us churn through our deck nicely. You love to see some tire spinning to start. Sweet. Is it 2 different colors? Is it? No, add 2 mana in any combination. I think it was Firemind's Foresight that was 2 different colors. You know, there's definitely one that I'm thinking of that you're right is a 4-mana rock that makes you make 2 different colors, but that one, not that one. Okay, so we're bringing in the extra threats in this matchup. I don't think we want Thundering Rebuke. I think we keep the Cathartic Pyres because occasionally we're going to want to kill these 1/3s, and the Cathartic Pyres can also rummage in a pinch. Maybe we don't want all of them. Thanks for the follows, Rahilda and Baby Girl. Good morning. So we bring in the extra threat density here at the top end, as well as Radha's down at the bottom. Yeah, I probably don't need more than these. And light up the night's a nice one to keep in because this can hit the player for X. So if we have a lot of lands in the late game like that, we can just pop this off and hope they don't have a counterspell. How do you kill Lair? Oh, that's a good question. Maybe because Lear's a possibility, Light Up the Night can kill Lair. So maybe rather than the Cathartic Pyres, we do keep the Thundering Rebukes or the Brittle Blasts. I think I like the idea of Brittle Blast because it's instant speed. Yeah, let's do that. Lair's a good shout. We do generally want to take Lair off the table. I don't think we can consistently kill them before Lair happens. Burger, thanks for the 26 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. I guess we keep this. There's a good chance, like, the first chariot gets countered or killed. So having 8 redundant, even though it's legendary, is fine. Nice. So, this doesn't let us play additional lands until level 2, but we'll get to tick that right up next turn. One of my buddies has been playing this card in Dragonstorm in Historic and said it's felt really good there. So that's something we're probably gonna have to try at some point. This really feels like a degenerate combo enabler. It's like a pseudo ritual that you can bank for a turn. In terms of figuring out what you need to be playing around, the perpetual cost reducers kind of complicate the game for you. You need to just, like, not only know the range of... So, I could Druid Class before I play these lands to get 2 extra points of life, but I think it's worth playing around like a Jawari Disruption or like a Syncopate here on the Azika's Chariot, because I want this to resolve more than I want this to resolve, I think. So we missed 2 points of life, but this matchup's not really about racing. It's about big swings in general. Like you saw that last game, we made 16-16s and killed them. Giving up a couple of inches there seems fine. Go ahead and just try and get in here, I think. They have a Fading Hope to bounce my 7/7. They have a Fading Hope. One of the other reasons I think this deck's potentially reasonable at the moment too is Fading Hope's kind of at an all-time low. There is definitely a window where like every blue deck was playing a bunch of Fading Hopes last season, and Wrenn and Seven becoming less popular makes this deck better positioned with less Fading Hopes running around. Getting something like this bounce back to your hand is generally speaking not a great feeling. Yeah, actually just dead. So like we have another Druid class here ready to pop off and make another 7/7 at a minimum, potentially an 8/8 if we draw another land. Felt clean. We didn't even need our extra early pressure out of the board. Thanks everybody for hanging out this morning. If you're dropping by from the front page of Twitch, welcome to the channel. My name's Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch in general. Play a lot of strategy card games like Magic the Gathering here. Play some Legends of Runeterra, which is Riot's strategy card game. Also do some single-player story-driven stuff. We just finished up a Mass Effect 3 playthrough. We're going to be starting the Runed King tomorrow afternoon. Also, if you haven't done so, check out the Helios extension, which is kind of like a game that you and I get to play together from home. You acquire materials from watching, which lets you craft things to send to me to build the things that we're working on for our missions. We're currently on Mission Echo looking for barrier catalysts and turbine pumps. If anybody at home has some of those to send in. Need one more turbine pump and then a whole glut of barrier catalysts. I'm gonna be curious to see if we finish the barrier catalyst today or not. They seem to be one of the more rare materials. Our next open is open for signups. It's on the 18th. It's gonna be the Alchemy format that we're playing now. So one week from today. Yeah, and because they're playing less Fading Hopes, they red removal really can't deal with 7/7s. Yeah. And if they're playing Divide by Zero notably can't hit lands, which feels good, lands or tokens. So we get Druid class going here, or do we try and kill? Do we want to kill this to try and cut some of their life gain off? I think I want to just get class going. Morning, P. Diddy. Guns are bad. As someone who lives in the United States, where we just had our countless number of school shootings in Michigan, couldn't agree with you more. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, just by hanging out, FA. You get a mat from materials from Helios every 10 minutes you hang out in a stream. Yep, exactly that. And there's this stream that you could watch, as well as lots of others that are using the Helios extension. If you go to twitch.tv/Twitch Gaming, there's a list on their overlay of other people streaming the game. The game extension. We have a small window to kill this. Need to draw another one of our removal spells here. So this encourages me to have lands to play after it. I guess Wrenn and Seven fills that role. I think I want to just get my land drops kind of snowballing from here, take a turn to get set up. The question's gonna be, does this Voice of the Blessed get out of control before I can really get my engine online here? Yes, one of the people asking, can you like be in multiple streams to collect extra mats? The answer is no. thank you for the 47 months. Welcome back. All right, we've got 2 DL5s in our deck. Hoping to spike one of those here. Okay, so let's do this into this, and we want another land or a DL5 here off the top of Valakut Exploration. Okay, we'll take another land. Looking to fade a Righteous Valkyrie here. This thing is getting ready for takeoff. When it gets a 4th counter, it gains flying and vigilance. I'm gonna make another one of these. Okay, so if we Wrenn and Seven, we down tick and we still die to these because we're taking 4. If I Wrenn and Seven and I +1 and we hit 2 lands, we gain 2, and then I can play this and block here, but we still take 9. I think this getting to 6 means we're just dead here. Let's Verdant Mastery to start, because it lets us draw some cards and then some lands out of our deck, but I think we are dead. So they get a mountain, we get 2 forests. Oh wait, I haven't played my other lands yet for the turn. So wait, this gets me to 8. And now I can Wrenn down tick, and I'm only taking 6 inside of combat, right? That's kind of sweet.
Those who en route to canopy, the trees are light.
Okay. Oh, if that isn't peak magic. The old sit down and think through the lines, figure out the permutation that gets you out of the situation, and then just get absolutely fucking peeled on. Brutal. Yeah, I think if they would have hit a land there, or even just another creature, right? Because we were at 8. If there's like play a creature and gain and hit us to 1, we probably stabilize with drawing lands and gaining life next turn. Sad. That's fine. There was too much to be upset with there. Just sometimes they got it. So bring in some extra cheap spot removal. Try and kill the opponent's stuff before it can really get set up. Azeka's Chariot seems not great. It just gets outsized / outclassed by a lot of their stuff. It says this is where the magic happens. Yeah. Valakut Exploration really feels like the key to getting the engine going. These two cards together, like, just get things really churning nicely in this deck. Yeah, I think I want the burn down the house. I just try to figure out what we want to trim for them. Just trim lands. I mean, to be fair, trimming a Kazuul's Fury is probably not terrible. I mean, I don't even know that, like, this deck really needs another ramp spell for what it's worth. Like, I don't feel like I need to, like, linear my opponent. Potter Goes Gaming, thanks for the 10 months. And Justiper, thank you for the very generous tier 2 and the 27 months. Welcome back. No, I submitted 60. Hopefully they play something that dies to play with fire here. Perfect. So I, like many of you at home, are an old man adult gamer who has a giant backlog of games I have purchased but not quite played yet. So the only time you're really gonna see me play something like immediately at release that's brand new at full price is if the people send me a copy. So like Riot sent me Ruined King, so we're gonna do that next week, but for Halo Infinite, I probably won't get that until it's old enough to go on sale. So I've got a backlog of other good games. Yeah, on the right side, you can click the button on the right, and there's an option to hide the extension if you are not interested in participating in the Helios project. Halo Infinite is on Game Pass. Then I would have to have Game Pass, chat. And after the last time I bought a Game Pass game because Windows is trash, it took me 2 hours to get it set up to use my Switch Pro controller. Because Windows doesn't play nicely with any gamepads that aren't the Xbox controller, and I already have a PlayStation 5 controller and a Switch Pro controller, so I'm not about to go buy a third type of gamepad because Windows is trash. So, generally speaking, I prefer to buy games through Steam because Steam actually works with other gamepads. Are actually good on turbine pumps. All right, now to see how long it takes. I feel like there's a chance we go through the entire day and not get the 20 barrier catalysts. Oh, they're Cleric Pod. Interesting. Yeah, no new games. I'll make some small exceptions for things like Horizon Forbidden West, and probably the new God of War when that finally releases. But like, I don't have any emotional attachment to Halo. Yeah, so Steam works natively with basically every controller because they're good software, but that's a specific Steam compatibility layer. It's not a Windows support compatibility layer. Yeah, our deck seems to be like kind of night and day different when we have Valakut Exploration versus not. Burn Down the House is a good draw. Goodbye, friends. Yeah, I assume so. Yeah, that looks like it's so the gold ones say epic and the barrier catalyst says mythic. Yes, I would bet that their blue splash is just glass pull for Captain. Sounds accurate. So is this on my list of things to try what the opponent's doing? I'm not sure that Captain solves problems that you have, though. Yeah, simple. It's funny. I said I spent like 2 hours trying to get my Switch controller working with an Xbox Game Pass game, and the actual inevitable solution was actually setting up the Xbox Game Pass to use Steam as a platform, which was funny. You have to like launch your inferior game system platform game through the superior one. was the solution. Glasspool Mimic is pretty good with Righteous Valkyrie. Getting lots of Valkyries in play is strong. Are we actually dead on board? Shoot, we are, aren't we? Because these things all fly. That's super unfortunate. It's a tilter. What does attacking do? Attacking's the same as blocking one of them. Sure, they jump block and they kill me on the back swing 2-bows. I'm still dead on board if we attack Jet. There aren't any ways to find this card more consistently, are there? Do I have enough instants and sorceries to make Electrostatic Blast work? I might actually. We have 18. Is that a card worth playing? It does 2, and then when you cast your next instant or sorcery, you have to exile the top 3 cards of your deck to dig for it. Chat, stop suggesting bad cards. Let's play good cards. This is I'm gonna let you in on the dirty little deck building secret. If you put more good cards in your deck, you will win games more frequently. Moonblessed Cleric is also probably better than Idyllic Tutor. 3 mana to not impact the board is really bad. I also don't know that we necessarily... I think splashing a third color is probably bad, because we need basic lands for Verdant Mastery, and if we go into a third color, we have to play a bunch of pathways, which minimizes the impact of this card. Toot Toot, Esport OP and Kleps, thanks for the follows. Talrand, thanks for the almost 4 years, welcome back. Got it, put good cards in overland. Alright, I'm gonna trim... Let's trim some of this top end. That gets us a higher total count here of instants and sorceries too. It just it feels like doing this is the most powerful thing we can be doing, and I want to just do that more consistently. Put the extra Wrangler in the board for when we want more threat density. I'm actually gonna rename this. So we're not really a ramp deck, we're more of a landfall deck. Alright, we're good on I already said we're good on turbine pumps. Sure. I think we bottom a land tier. Deck's got a lot of those in it. I'm gonna keep the second expiration in case we get one gets counter killed or discarded. The games where we get to keep one of these in play feel real strong. Apparently there's gonna be something else added other than the missions today. So if you have other materials, just chill on them for a little bit. Because there's supposed to be something else coming. Did Delver put us into the percentages? Yeah, we played Delver and we played some really bad historic decks that lost us a bunch. Yeah, like on digital platforms and non-boomer formats though, people don't really make mistakes like that, Birthing Potter. Which honestly I think is one of the reasons why paper boomers despise digital so much. They can't get /cheese people that have to actually play the game. Well, that's disgusting. I wonder if their last Inquisitor captain's in their board to fish up more copies of it, so they always have it with this. We just chill on the Cathartic Pyre to kill whatever they target with Teleportation Circle. So this exiles a creature from their hand to grab a creature out of their sideboard, basically. So they got to tutor up something. It could just be another Inquisitor captain for value. It could also be like a way to destroy an artifact or enchantment to get rid of our second exploration, though. Should be a lot less good for us. You know what they exiled? They exiled another Grizzled Master. We just let this happen. Pseudo make me a rocket doesn't cut. Yeah, there must be like I feel like you don't put a terminal in if you're not gonna let people use it, right? There must be a reason. Hey, thanks for the 31 months, Crimson. Welcome back. Okay, so let's Electrostatic Blast this one. Oh, I forgot I already had one of those waiting to happen here. Oh, I kind of messed up. I should have... I was caught off guard. So, I should have... I should have done this in response to my other Brittle Blast. So that way, I didn't use up the Brittle Blast draw 3. Because I can only cast these till end of turn, so they're going to go away here, which is really sad. Yeah, so if I would have sequenced slightly better there, I need to remember to watch on the right side. This card, the Electrostatic Blast, is really strong. Blade draw is super powerful. Okay, there's a Wrenn. Might be en route to stabilization here. Maybe. That's a coma. That's a huge yikes. Well, shoot. I'm actually going to go ahead and Cathartic Pyre to kill this in response so they don't gain a bunch of life. They can't use Coma. Oh, they can't use Coma. That's hilarious. It's good deck building right there. And now they can activate Coma because of the Yashar instead. So we're probably in trouble. Start with this and see what we get off the Valakut. They can have a mountain. We get 2 of these. We're just gonna die inside a combat turn though, unfortunately. Yeah, playing Brittle Blast instead of... Definitely super awkward the way our removal lines up into what this opponent has going on. The fact that we're on Brittle Blast instead of Burning Hands. Burning Hands makes Coma quite the embarrassing card, and we're just not playing it in this build because of the way our removal lines up in the main deck otherwise. Honestly, this might just be a click submit game. Made a player scoop to casting Town Razor Tyrant. I mean, kill your land or Sulfuric Vortex use pretty good. Pretty not bad. Yeah, I think this is fine. 1 early play, 1 payoff. We'll have to draw some spells in the middle. Plenty of lands to cast our stuff. Well, I will eventually remember that this has a delayed trigger on it. Just the number of times I've cast a spell after this and been like, oh yeah, that's happening. It's like, yeah, this is a good design to stick to digital. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just kill this. I don't want them to be able to cast a 4-drop next turn if we can avoid it. So if I Verdant, I basically spew the draw off of this. So I think I'm just gonna Electrostatic Blast this. Now let's go ahead and play this land off of here for value. Then we still have that Electrostatic Blast waiting to happen here, so I think we just Wrenn for now, and then next turn we can Verdant Mastery trigger this and hopefully get something useful off of it. So opponent's captain grabs them a 3-drop out of their deck here. Spellbinder is a little annoying, but not the end of the world.
The forest will be over.
Honestly, them taking Wrenn and Seven there is kind of okay for us. That's not okay for us. I feel like this set has kind of been a lesson in why Wrenn and Seven fell off as a card people play. It's been rough for our boy. Our Tree Dread? Question mark. Whatever Wrenn and Seven are together, our combined entity. It's not even about just being fragile, right? There's just like so many things that like incidentally just chew through your token. Like if your opponent was at least spending a card to kill it, you'd get a 1-for-1 out of it, it would be fine. Well, they have Key to the Archive with their Blinky too. It's pretty good. I have both Captain and this. I mean, replacing our bad card with a different bad card doesn't seem particularly good, Alistair Mad Mage. Yeah, I think it's time to build something else. No, chat, stop suggesting other shitty cards.